the boat.
Court is in session with Ryan in Sacktown on If You Don't Like That. Now, Ryan in Sacktown.
Oh, must be Ryno.
Light the beam! Light it!
Can they do it? We're back. No energy drinks, no coffee, just some soda water for some more Kings basketball. Running on the beam. The Kings less than 24 hours from their win over the Warriors, back at it against the Nuggets easily the second hardest back-to-back of the season, arguably the hardest. We could have that conversation if you want to, but good thing for the Kings. They played them well. They have played the Nuggets well. The Nuggets have not lost. They're 6-0 on a day off. The Kings, surprisingly, 4-4 on 0 days rest. Not too bad. We're going to break it down. We got all the stats for you. Get you ready for the showdown in the Mile High City. Your Kings are healthy. They're rolling in the 7 seed. Can they stop Jokic from getting another triple-double? 4 in a row, and he's done it with under 36 minutes. Sabonis will stop that tonight. Guarantee it. Promise it. Let's get it started. Pre-game show right here on If You Don't Like That.
Grant and Ryan break it down. It's Sacktown, we're the crown.
Needs to be more aggressive on the offensive end, but this is the kind of Williams, the D-line. Fox, goodbye. Oh, if you don't like that.
Pick a side.
Pick a side. Is this team here to stay? Are they staying over 500? Are they making a move at the deadline? Who cares about all that? Tonight, it's just one night. It's one game. Let's get past it. Start of a 6-game road trip for the Kings, taking on the Nugs. Thanks for being here on the channel. Ryan in Sacktown getting you ready. Second time in under 24 hours. I love it. Thank you to everybody showing up, showing some love. Let me know where you're watching from, what you got going. What are your expectations for tonight? I saw, who was it that put it in before the show? The Kings are playing with house money. I don't disagree with you. I actually don't, Boggy. I'm not a huge fan of the name Boggy because now I think about Boogie, but I don't disagree with you. Had the Kings lost last night, maybe we're having a different conversation, but they won. What could have been worse is you put out that output in terms of minutes, in terms of effort, having to get to Denver early in the morning. We're talking like 2:33 in the morning for this team. Probably no shoot around, a walk through at the hotel, and off to whatever they call it now, the Pepsi Center. I think it's the ball jar arena. You know, what are they called? Mason jars? My wife's got a ton of them. But look, 6 games on the road. This is a road trip where I have one goal and one goal only. Come home at least 500. Sure. Do I want to get greedy? Absolutely. Give me as many as possible. But tonight is a little bit of house money. It's a good way to put it. The Kings are 7.5 at adjusted point underdogs in this one. We're brought to you by Bennett's. You know them, prime cuts of seafood and steak. Go check them out. Bennett'sRestaurants.com. 3 locations in the greater Sacramento area. Dude, my voice gave out. See, that's what happens. 2 Pregames in under 24 hours and a King's Court. We'll be good. We'll get it under control. You know who's going to get me back on track? This guy will. Mr. Jerry Reynolds. He joins me at halftime. No Napes at halftime. Jerry and I will break down the first half, get you going, give you some keys to the second half, give you our predictions and scores. All 3 of us were right last night. We said the Kings were going to win. Grant and I both had the Kings over 70 points in the second half. I think Jerry was right there too. So check in. We want to get your predictions too. We love when people hit it on the head. We were giving away t-shirts for that at one time. Maybe we'll start that up again. Maybe we will start that up again. And then post game, Napes will be here. Napes is in the house for the post game. We'll be taking your calls, hopefully talking about two things: no injuries and maybe a Kings victory. No injuries. That would be nice. And a Kings victory and the beam lit.
Light the beam! Light it!
Yeah, thanks, Draymond. We got it. Draymond, thank you. Appreciate it. Kings Nugs, as I said, what's up with you guys? What are your expectations for tonight? Gonna get in here, get you in on the chat. There is no house money in the Western Conference. All games matter. Progressive, with you. Progressive. We're on the same wavelength, but expectations. That's all I'm saying. Expectations. This is the toughest back-to-back in the league, period, end of story. So, yes, every game matters, but I understand what the Kings are walking up against. That's why Grant never uses this word, shocked. Like, he rarely uses that word, and he hit that button 3 times last night, saying shocked if they get this one. Furious, player of the game. Well, Sabonis by default, because you're going to have that night from Sabonis. But let's go outside of the predictable. I'm going to give you 2, either Keegan Murray or Devin Carter. I think one of those 2 is going to be extremely important to the Kings winning this game tonight for different reasons. Very good question. If we lose, I won't trip tonight. Just give me some effort. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I do not think that is going to be a problem. Definitely a tough game. That's what we've been laying out for you. This game could be a blowout. Very well could be. Could be. If it is, get your guys some rest. If you're Doug Christie, stay healthy. You've had this team fully healthy for only a handful of games this season. So make sure you stick to that. But again, I don't see that happening. In fact, I think let's look at the last game really quick before we start talking about this one. These two teams met in December. Excuse me. If you remember, it was the first game without Keegan Murray. Remember the start of the game where it looked like a man playing against a boy, with all due respect to DeMar DeRozan? I say that because Aaron Gordon's much bigger than DeMar DeRozan, and he was just muscling him up inside, and the Kings fought hard. They brought it all the way back, but in the end, Jamal Murray just a little bit too much. Jokic hits a 3 in that one. I want to point you, though, to a different game. I want to point you to a game that occurred last season. The reason I want to point you to this game, if I still have it up from earlier today, I better still have it up. Let's see. Is this it? Yes, there it is. Bingo. I want to point you to the February 14th game between the Kings, 102-98. I get it was last season, but it was the first time last year that the Kings won a game that they shouldn't have won, and they grinded it out. It was defensive. It was defense to offense. And more importantly, it was a race to 100 points. If games were a race to 100 points, I would not want to see the Kings in very many games, because that's what they want to do. That's the style they want to play. They want to grind you out. They want to be more physical. They want to be faster. So if the game is anywhere in the neighborhood, and I get the attrition from last night, but I do like the Kings' chances if it ends up being a game like that, 101-97. But we will see. Getting ready to tip off here in about 45 minutes. As for the rest, the Kings' healthy slate tonight. Doug Christie asked yesterday after the game if he was expected to use a lot more of the bench. He was asked a separate time, which we don't have on camera, where it was like, yeah, gonna have to go a little bit deeper. But this was the response he gave at the podium.
It could. These guys are professionals. Denver is always a hard back-to-back. It's always a hard game, period. It's a long trip. Listen, we're professionals. This is what we do, and we're going to go there with the expectation to win the ball game. And once we throw it up, we're going to get at it. And as long as we play our style of basketball with the force and the decisiveness and the aggressiveness that I think I expect out of them and now they expect out of themselves.
I want winners.
I want winners too, Coach Singletary. So that's Doug. I appreciate the approach. I agree with the approach. I think many of you do as well. As for the rest, how about the West? Your Kings 7th in the West right now. The poor Indiana Pacers. Are you kidding me? You're going to trounce them all the way over to France for the Victor Wembanyama week parade. Like, it's a week full of celebrations of Victor Wembanyama, and you're going to mix some basketball in. It's a really weird trip to have, especially right before the All-Star break. They lose today to the Spurs. It was a blowout. Spurs put up 140. We've talked about the West in depth. Progressive's right. Every game matters. Slots really 4 through 10. It's going to be a game of musical chairs. Get used to it. So you got to get every game that you can. But remember, you're gearing up for a 6-game road trip. In fact, the Kings are on the road 17 of the next 23 games. Let me repeat that. 17 of the next 23 games. And I'm not going to read you the homestand that begins March 14th, but it is brutal. Brutal. Longest homestand of the second half of the season. So you got to pick and choose your places here. There's some clear wins that the Kings have to have if they're going to be a team that is deserving of the 7th seed. And also, you got to find a way to pull out one of these, whether it's tonight, whether it's in New York. Both teams are heavy pick and roll teams. So the Kings have the personnel to blow that up. It's just a matter of execution and effort. We talked about last night, probably the worst first half in the Doug Christie era. Don't try to come in here and say Milwaukee, because I will disagree with you wholeheartedly, because Milwaukee's offense that quarter was just incredible. The Kings fought back in that second quarter. Last night's first half was just off, and it's not just the players. I thought the game plan was completely off, the execution bad, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But what matters is they turned it the hell around. An amazing second half. The stats from that first half, too, were so goofy. Like, the Kings had only turned it over 5 or 6 times, and the Warriors had gotten 13 points off of those turnovers. And the Kings had turned the Warriors over much more, and they only had, like, I believe 3 or 6 points. Same thing goes for fast break points, only 5. The Kings end up finishing with 23. They hold, or 28. They hold the Warriors to no fast break points. So you're going to be looking for much of the same, but you're going to need more of a 4-quarter effort tonight. You've got a much more balanced floor when it comes to Denver, as opposed to the Warriors last night. So get up in here. Let me know what you're thinking. Give me your thoughts. We can talk about the trade deadline. We'll go into more depth about these teams, where the weaknesses are. We'll look at some of the numbers on the season. Let's see. Boggy back in. Just don't allow 40 points in a quarter. Can't do that. Mel, what's up? Hoping Fox gets a resurgence today. Murray locks Westbrook, and Keon have another great game. Yeah, you got to get Keon Ellis more shots. Period. End of story. He didn't get his first 3-point attempt until, I believe it was the beginning of the fourth quarter. And he ended up hitting the shot. He's your second best 3-point shooter. The other thing that's going to open things up for Fox tonight is Domantas Sabonis shooting the 3-ball. If I'm Doug Christie, I am in Domas's ear. Shoot the 3, shoot the 3, shoot the 3. You've got to get Jokic out of that painted area. You got to pull him out. And he's going to be out to a degree, because you have to respect Domas out on the perimeter. But you got to make sure that Domas is a threat. So Jokic is, a couple extra steps out rather than playing it safe. You saw some of the coverage last night on Gary Payton II. Ridiculous. They were completely off of him. They were hanging in the key. Jokic might do the same thing. So drag him out. That might open up some of the spacing and the lanes for De'Aaron, who didn't have a very big night offensively. Most of his points come from the free throw line. They come during a clutch time of the game. You'll probably need more from De'Aaron tonight. So with you there. Spread is 7.5. It was 8.5 when I put our slides up for the show. So it has moved slightly this afternoon. Seventh. Yeah, that's what happens when you win basketball games. Baki, who knows these two players very well. Tactics, very easy for this one. Leave Jokic one-on-one. 100%. Baki is spot on. Spot freaking on. Bingo. Nailed it, Baki. Nailed it, my man.
Light the beam!
You get to light the
Light it!
beam for that, dude. Well done. Herder, look, I think if I'm Doug Christie, Herder is not in the first rotation off the bench tonight. It's Devin Carter and it is Keon Ellis. That's just me. Herder has earned his spot on this team, but something's off with Kevin Herder right now. He's on a different wavelength, and quite frankly, physically, he does not look completely right to me. You saw him tweak his shoulder a couple of games ago. Maybe that's part of it, but his game's just off. So if you need Kevin Herder to win this one on both sides of the ball, probably not a good thing. I hope the Kings have fun this game. I sure hope they have fun too. Looks like they're having fun playing basketball these days. Vast difference from earlier in the season. Fox is, Edward, Fox is doing the little things. He is doing the little things. I am good with that. The bigger conversation becomes, do you need a player at that price point on the roster to do the quote unquote little things? That's a bigger picture thing. As this trade deadline approaches, I think it's really important to kind of acknowledge a couple things. Everything I'm hearing, Fox ain't going anywhere. He's going to be here after this trade deadline. Now, if you get offered like Giannis for Fox, of course, you're going to do that deal. But the Kings do not have plans to move him. Same goes for Devin Carter and same goes for Keegan Murray. So the deals that are out there that the Kings are shopping mostly revolve around Kevin Herter, Trey Lyles, and picks. And I think are going to be largely dependent on what happens around the Kings and maybe some of those bigger moves, because those picks that the Kings may be offering might be more attractive if it's a lean market. Conversely, if Kevin Durant gets traded or Zion gets traded and the Pelicans get 19 draft picks, well, guess what? The price just went up for everybody. So it's kind of a grip and wait to see. But I do know this, and we talked about it on the earlier show. You've got to do something more than a trade exception like they did with Kessler Edwards. You're going to have to find a way, whether it's getting somebody that's maybe on the way up rather than on the way down and taking a little bit of a risk. You might have to do that because the West ain't waiting around, and you've got a little snapshot or a little window to keep pace with some of these teams that are starting to move up the West. And I'm not talking about keeping pace just this year. I'm talking about keeping pace over the next couple of years. Oklahoma City, tattoo them to the top of the West. They're going to be there. Memphis, Houston, they're going to be there. But the difference between the rest of the teams, and you could even argue the Nuggets to a degree, are they kind of on their way out? Same thing about Phoenix. That thing's close to being blown up. So you want to make sure that you don't fall behind, and doing nothing is falling behind in this Western Conference. 6 minutes. And the game before, he only played 6 minutes too before garbage time. So be interesting. Watch the game again last night. Fox had several key steals in defense. Edward, my man, dude, I'm with you. He's playing defense. He is moving the ball for the most part. I will say this, and it's not just a Fox thing. Malik Monk did it last night in the fourth quarter. Those two sometimes panic where it's 9 minutes left in the game. There's 20 seconds on the shot clock, and you'd think that the shot clock was about to run out, and it's bad decisions, and it puts the team in a little bit of hole. So they pulled it back in, which was good. We're seeing less of that. That was something we were seeing constantly last year. But I just want to see the numbers show when the ball moves and everybody gets a piece of it, it's different. Guys shoot better. They're more involved in the game. There's energy in the basketball. So I want to see him move it around. I want to see Monk move it around. Certainly a heavy dose of the pick and roll between Monk and Sabonis tonight as well. So Fox on defense, yeah, again, cool with it. That's true. They do get excited sometimes and make mistakes. Yeah, look, they're humans. They're humans too. I can live with those mistakes. The Kings are good enough to be able to bounce back from those mistakes. The mistakes that I can't live with are like what happened in the second quarter. A 4-point play, which leads then to 3 straight three-pointers after that. That's 13 points. And then not too long after that, they hit another 3. They went on basically, I think it was like a 17 to, I want to say 3 run at that point. It's those 4-point plays. The Kings cannot let those things snowball. They can't. And they snowballed in the second quarter, but credit to the team for getting it back, bouncing it back in. Also want to give a ton of credit to one of our big sponsors here on the pregame show. Yes, Bennett's West Side Grill, newest one in Rockland. If you haven't checked out Bennett's, what the heck are you waiting for? Do me a favor. Go to bennettsrestaurants.com. And trust me, I'm doing you a favor, actually. Go to bennettsrestaurants.com. Check out which location is closest to you. 3 in the greater Sacramento area. Prime cuts of seafood and steak. If you don't want to do the dinner, no worries. They've got a great happy hour, very affordable. Also, weekend brunch at all 3 locations. They also put together their private dining rooms for you. If you want to have a get together, they've got it all. I'm telling you, you will not go wrong, whether it's the New York steak, whether it is the short rib, whether it's the redfish, whether it's the steak Cobb salad, mushroom soup. Okay, I'm going to stop. I'm getting hungry. And you know what? Now that I'm getting hungry, y'all are going to get hungry too. Grant did this to me last night. Bennett's, go check them out. Prime cuts of seafood and steak. That is Bennett's Restaurants.com. Let's hit the phones really quick. Oh, look who it is. Mr. Baki. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm hungry too, but I don't have a Bennett's.
I know. You have a good cheeseburger next to you, so you're good.
Something gritty. So, interesting point we never mentioned in the show because it's nothing about Kings, but it's about Denver Nuggets. So now is the turn. And you know how people right here are scanning the game of Denver Nuggets, and they are all watching. I mean, there are hundreds and thousands of people watching the games only because of Jokic and all those stuff. So I talked to coaches, I talked to people who are in the basketball, and trust me, they know everything about Denver Nuggets, about their plays and issues and good things and everything. So there is a thing which is really interesting. So I would like to ask you, if you need to pick the worst side of Nikola Jokic, what will be the worst one? What would you choose?
What do you mean by worst side? Like the
in the game, in his game.
Oh, the worst thing in his game?
Yeah, the worst thing.
Ball handling, 100%.
Ball handling. Do you know what? I think the worst thing with Nikola is guarding the players down the rim.
Okay.
You can watch the games, and if you pay attention closely to all the guys who are scoring, nobody afraid to go directly to Jokic when it's beneath the rim.
Yep.
Because the guy never jumps, and the guy I mean, this is 100%. Okay, I know ball handling maybe, but what do you think about ball handling when dribbling the ball, or because the guy has the best hands when going
right?
To pass
no, he's a great
ball.
passer. I just think the ball handling is a little suspect, and teams don't press him enough on that. But The thing about the defense, and you're 100% right on that side of the floor, that's why they've got Gordon. That's why they've got Michael Porter Jr. They try to push Jokic out from under the hoop and try to push his opponent out, and they try to use those guys to help and come on that back line. And kind of how the Kings will sometimes hide people on their defense, it's almost like they try to hide Jokic.
Yeah, the difference, you can pull the line between Jokic and, for example, Sabonis. You're gonna see Sabonis handling the ball. Maybe you can count the minutes with he going with the ball from coast to coast. He going wide. He going to dribble it. But Jokic never do that kind of things. He's ball handling only on the post, on low post, on high post, and when he sees the doubling is preparing to hurt him, he released the ball.
100%.
So you always have the dilemma: should we double it? Should we double the guy or not, or we leave it? So maybe I disagree with you only with one thing, and you said. If you are in the Sabonis here, you're gonna say shoot the ball from the line. So if you put too many balls shooting, Jokic will not go outside his comfort zone. Never. He's not gonna chase Sabonis and stopping him shooting the three. He's too much IQ guy. So he knows, okay, he's maybe 50% shooter, maybe 47. I don't know.
He's number one on
right
the team,
now.
yeah.
Okay. But the problem is, if you're gonna pick, should you stop Jokic shooting the three or Sabonis shooting the three? What will it be?
Well, sometimes Jokic stops himself from shooting three. He did that in the first meeting in Sacramento. He rarely pulled it, and at the end of the game, he started pulling it and killing him.
I'm not. You know me. I'm not. I'm totally objective. I don't want to put Jokic above his lines. He's the best, and
totally.
Nothing to say. So I'm not hearing as a Serbian or something
No,
like
I
that.
get that. I think to your.
I think Jokic. Yeah, Jokic shooting the three only when he's 100%. It's a good move. So Jokic is not the guy who is gonna put himself like Bronson doing the stuff in New York, or maybe Trey doing in Atlanta.
Right. No.
I'm the
Yeah,
main guy. Jokic doesn't concern himself. He's a main guy. I'm the main guy, so I'm gonna do it everything. I'm gonna take every single ball. I'm gonna touch it every possession. He's not the guy. He if he sees the chance, he's gonna shoot it. He's not. He's gonna dribble. He's not. He's gonna pass it. So my point is, attack the rim. Don't be afraid of Jokic is going to block. Jokic is going to steal. Jokic is going to just stand and watch. If you go so close, the problem is if you miss. That's the problem in the every team offense against the Denver. If you miss, you are done because he's going to collect the rebound. Why is having that much? The Sabonis is the same guy. That is IQ of rebounding. It's not only the size when you rebound. It's the right position, when it's going to land, when you're going to position yourself, when you're going to put your legs. So that's the quality rebound. So if you're going to miss, Jokic is going to collect it. So better don't miss, and hope you're gonna attack that rim
for sure.
Much. That's my tactic.
Love it,
tonight.
Baki. You know better than anybody else. Appreciate it, dude. Tell Todora I said hi.
Maybe no.
Yeah. Well, him and I are on the same wavelength. I'm saying if Jokic is gonna stand there and let Sabonis shoot threes, I'm cool with Domas shooting 10 threes at the percentage he's shooting it. Now, if Domas misses the first 6, maybe you try something else. Doug Christie's told the team the same thing. But if he can drag him out whatsoever, it opens up exactly what Baki's talking about. It is available for you to get to the rack. So that will be definitely something to watch. Let's go to PK. What's up, PK?
Hey, what's up, Ryan?
What's up, dude?
Hey, I think this, like someone said, we're playing with house money. I think we're playing with house money today. You know what? It's like we play pretty well against Nuggets.
Yeah, that's why I put that
all
graphic
around.
up. 100%.
And then back to backs, we're not that bad in back to backs. You know,
4
maybe
and 4.
like last night, it was a tough game. Maybe today we just show up and we deliver. Maybe we can seal this one.
Dude, I don't disagree with you. They might. That's why I said if it's like if you look at the scores here between these two teams in the last 2 seasons, they're low. If the scores are low, the Kings are going to have a good chance, and they might. It's going to be a physical game. And look, there's also this aspect to it as well. These guys, if the Kings can get past their first wind, once you catch that second wind, PK, if it's physical, you're going to get caught up in the emotion of the game. You're going to be good. Now, yeah, they're fresher than you, but we also saw, remember this, and I think it's really important to point out, the Kings, second night of a back-to-back against Miami, who had been fresher than them, and in Sacramento waiting, the Kings ran Miami off the court in 2 overtimes. So, yeah, we'll see. It's the travel in that scenario, too. But, yeah, I appreciate it. Good job, PK.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Hit it.
Why do you guys block me off the chat?
How do we block you off the chat?
I'm not. Someone blocked me off the chat.
I don't know how that's done. You can't chat on YouTube?
Yeah, I chat on YouTube, but it doesn't show anymore.
Huh.
Someone blocked me.
So no, I know that.
So I've been chatting to myself for
PK really.
So
really quick, the streaming software that we use that sends one signal to all the different platforms.
No, I think someone muted me. I think someone muted my actual chat.
I don't think we have. Okay, well, hit me up privately because I have no reason.
It's all good.
Yeah, hit me up.
But hey, you know what? Hey, let's have fun tonight. And you know what? If we pull this off, this is gonna be fantastic. You know what? We're playing with like someone said, house money. You know what? Baby Jokic is playing against Jokic. As long as Sabonis does not get into foul trouble, we'll be okay.
Well said, brother. Thanks.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, dude. I don't know why I'll check into that, PK, man. You shouldn't be blocked. I've never blocked somebody from the chat. In fact, I don't know how to block somebody from the chat. Yeah, it was weird, PK. So hit me up offline, dude. Let's see. Yeah, Jokic, Sabonis. It's always a slobber knocker. Look at the scores. They're low. It's because, and I mean this with all due respect, it's like 2 supernovas exploding into each other. They cancel each other out. In some cases, it becomes about everybody else on the court and not the 2 of them. They just play each other so well, and they're both so good at what they do. They're 1A and 1B, and there's only 3 players in the league that play that style. So, again, low scoring. I think the Kings have a chance in this one, definitely. Getting you ready tonight for the Kings and the Nugs here in about 10 minutes. Don't forget Jerry Reynolds, the one and only. Somebody told him a couple of halftime shows ago that he was like too cute or dangerously cute. Yeah. He's fun when he's here. Be here. We'll get you involved in the show. When Grant's not on the halftime show, I usually run a little bit more of a lax show, so we'll try to get you in more as well, your chats. Jerry loves interacting with the chat and when you guys call in. So join us at the half. Grant and I will be back. He will be here for the post-game show, taking your calls, hopefully talking about a Kings dub and continuing this streak that they're on, however you want to define this streak. Let's see, back to the chat as we get closer and closer to this one, and bring yourself back on camera. There you go, Ryno. Tony checking in for the first time tonight. Kings need to play sound defense and stay focused. Huge victory on the road tonight. Tony, are you saying the Kings need to...
We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure.
They got to keep their composure. Agree with it. Free PK. Come on, man. PK is not blocked. What I was trying to tell him is we have a bot system that sends all the chat to one place. And I actually have a friend that uses the same software. And I try to chat on his shows, and the same things happens to me. He doesn't see my chats, and I'm in the chat room by myself. So I think it's a software issue, not us blocking you. But again, we will get that figured out, my man. What are your final scores tonight? I want your realistic predictions. What do you see it at? I don't usually give a prediction on the pregame show, but I might just give one tonight. I might. Again, I go back to this. If the Kings keep it to what we saw over the course of these last 2 seasons, and it's a race to 100 points, I give the Kings a coin flip to win this game. A realistic coin flip, not a Delta Bravo. Oh, well, you either win or you lose. It's 50-50. I mean, a realistic 50-50 shot, meaning like come down to the last shot, either in or out, to win this game. So where do you all come out on it? So overtime, I could see it. I could see it. Definitely could see it. Is PK John Cena? I don't think he's John Cena, but you're right. We can't see him. Man, that joke.
It's outrageous, egregious, preposterous.
Come on. Come on. That's actually pretty good. I'm good with it, Israel. Well done. Andrew, 110, 112. Kings? What's up, dude? You can put it backwards here. I'm not going to get on you. Grant will, though. You might be his rant if you put it backwards. All right, he's going Kings. Kings 112, 110. Wolf 120, 116. Kings. See, if we're in the 120s in regulation, I don't like it. I don't like it. Yep. Happy birthday, Finch. Happy birthday, my man. With his asparagus ice cream to go with his asparagus cake. John Finch and his asparagus. Nothing like the man. I will say this, because I took him to Stockton last season for one of the playoff games, and he didn't smell like asparagus. So he runs a tight ship. So good for you, John. All hail the asparagus wizard. Exactly right. Mr. Finch wants a Kings win for his birthday. If Grant sees that, I just said that, Baki, I just said that, man. Yes, Grant. If Grant sees that, he's gonna get upset. He'll give you a little lecture, and then he's gonna get upset. So, no. So we hear your commentary. You want my commentary? 93.85. Cool beans. All right, cool beans. 93.85. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. 93.85. That's a low-scoring NBA game, but I'm good with it. I am good with it. Any other predictions before we wrap up?
Give me a hell yeah!
Somebody, since we're starting to go wrestling, the sound drops are coming out wrestling-wise. Hey, if you own a small business, if you are a creator, whatever it may be, if you have a website, do me a favor and welcome on our newest sponsor on the channel, InVision. You know, we do not use sponsors, or we do not have sponsors that we don't use or we don't believe in their products. And Max and his team at InVision have been incredible for us. Let me tell you a little bit about what they're doing. If you're looking to make your online presence go to the next level, InVision Web Designs specializes in creating stunning custom websites that look great, but this is the important part. They deliver results. Whether you need a sleek, mobile, responsive design, SEO optimization to boost your search rankings, or advanced features like commerce integration, which he has done for us and done an excellent job, InVision Web Design has got you covered. They're dedicated to helping businesses like yours stand out online and attract more customers. If you give Max a call. He will give you a free consultation anytime. Give him a call right there at that number, 916-905-4293. Envision Web Designs, bringing your vision to life. You can also scan the QR code as well. So huge thanks to them for sponsoring, in part, the pregame show tonight. That's it. We're out. Enjoy. Yes, we love Bennett's too. We love them all. Boo to Stone Cold. I was more of a rock guy. I was more of a rock guy. You guys stealing Deuce and Mo drop? Come on, man. I don't got no Deuce and Mo drops, my man. That's a Stone Cold Steve Austin drop. You think that's Deuce and Mo's? Come on, man.
That's terrible.
Stop. Nothing against Deuce and Mo, but just think about what you just put in the chat. You just said Stone Cold Steve Austin's "Give Me a Hell Yeah" belongs to Deuce and Mo. What?
What do you guys want to talk about?
Does that belong to Deuce and Mo too? What are we talking about? Are you kidding me? We've got some like fierce Deuce and Mowers in here, which is all good. Thanks for checking out the channel, but come on, man. We're not biting shit off their show. You see, you got me to cuss now, man. We do not bite anything. We're us, man. You got a problem with my sound bites? Then take it up with me. That's how I run my show. That's how I run my show. Tell you what, if you run into Stone Cold Steve Austin in the airport, if you ran into him in the airport, would you ask him if he said, "Give me a hell yeah"? Would you say, "Oh, that's Deuce and Mo's. That's on their show"? Why'd you say that? Come on, man.
Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
Can't do it. I can't do it. And again, nothing against Deuce and Mo. Nothing against him. But that's their show. That's their sound drop. Like, what are we doing? So that's
terrible.
That's TNT's sound drop. What are you doing? I mean, is Charlie Sheen gonna come catch me and chase me down?
Shut up. Stop. Move forward.
What? And by the way, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Come on, man. That's rich. That is so rich. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. That is just rich. That's funny. Fair enough. You got me to bite. You definitely got me to bite, Sean. Good job, Sean. You got me to bite. So we're sitting here talking about basketball, and you got me to bite. You know what Sean's doing right now? Sean is sitting there right now on his couch, pumping his fist.
I'm sorry. Winning. Starting to get the concept now?
I got Ryno to bite. Look at that. I flustered the douche. Come on. You got me to bite. You did do that. So fair enough. Good job by you. All right, we're going to get out of here. Coach Christie. Oh, wait, Keon. Wait, does this belong to Deuce and Mo too?
Where we at? Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just too much. Coach Christie, can you break us down, please? Get us out of here.
That's big time shit. Together on three, y'all. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
Oh, my goodness. Jerry Reynolds at the half. Does Jerry belong to Deuce and Mo? Wait, we can't have Jerry on. He might belong to Deuce and Mo. Sean, man, I hope you're taking this well. It's all in good spirit. That's good. That is really good and rich. Hey, go Kings. 7.5 point spread tonight. Full roster available for Doug Christie. Second night of a back-to-back. Devin Carter, Keegan Murray, in my opinion, going to be really important to the Kings getting this win tonight. And, oh yeah, wait. Hey, Draymond. Yo, Draymond. Can I use your drop? Cool.
Light the beam. Light it.
We'll see you at the half.